They open up outside. Ayy. They just wanna party. We just wanna party. We smoking it in the bed. We just wanna party. Girl, like you don't care. Use your body on me so expensive. Just told a broke bitch mind your business. Riding city to city, boy, I be wiggling. In NKC, nigga, I be gigging. Please approach cautiously, I got the stick on me. Call of Duty on your head, I don't miss, homie. You know I'm about that bread like cannolis. A fool with a shot like Ginobili. My bitch like Elsa, way her wrist frozen. Ollie Jackson, free on niggas, I'm in the open. Want me dead, keep wishing and hoping. Vicious beef, I'm the rich, not open. We on a mission. Ooh, baby girl, we finna get naughty. They open up outside. Out my body. We won't party. Smoking the air. We won't party.
They open up outside. Yeah, they open up outside. Oh, they open up outside. Said they open up outside. Daddy, we like to party. They open up outside and I really love my body. Hold up feeling naughty, said we on a mission. Got blunts with the gas keys and ignition. Catch me outside, nigga, how about that? Ain't going home cause we tired of all that. Bad bitches link up, OGs can slide too. I just wanna party, be naughty all night long.
We on a mission. Ooh, baby girl, we finna get naughty. They open up outside. Out my body. We won't party. Smoking the air. We won't party. Good in that YSL. Wanna take you to the crib, little show and tell. We can keep it our secret, no kiss and tell. In the club, don't make it rain, I'ma make it hell. Yeah, we outside, slide to the function. A sip of that Tron, we have it ready to move something. Big dripper on the rocks, I'm coming. Got you leaning on ears to show the pool something. Yeah, when that make a model foreign hoes not ignoring. Got that big body, engine love to hear roaring. The drama turn around, she don't do boring. Ain't about it bad, then I'm ignoring this. We on a mission. Ooh, baby girl, we finna get naughty. They open up outside. Out my body. We just wanna party. We just wanna party. We smoking it in the bed. We just wanna party. Girl, like you don't care.
faster whips and badder bitches. I told my bro we move efficient. The way you thinking how I do, we just too different. So excuse me for the missed calls. I'm trying to break these cycles since my pops. I had to stand tall. I pray for all these riches and God answered me by waking me up every day to go get it. I gotta get it. I have to get it. Motivate these streets before you win. You have to learn to fit. All my life was told I wasn't shit. That motivated me to get up on my ass and grit. Jump off the porch hustling. Graveyard shit. You know they only fuck with you with foreigns on the whips. Change triplets, water on the wrist. Yeah. Them bitches on me now, back then they wouldn't fuck with this. Houses on the hill, look immaculate. Money talks, talking broke's a foreign acts. Everything in life never happens on accident. Pushing albums, merch package, boy, really trap. My baby a Louis bag, it's a letter, no I got it. Now she down for anything, just for the satisfaction.
All my niggas held it down, now we winning now. We was dreaming about this life, now we get it now. She know she doubted me, I bet she get it now. The love is fake, when I was broke, wouldn't even get a smile. I bet they get it now. I bet they things, we just flip the mattress. They hit you talking shit, we above. Ain't no rappers ahead of me, these niggas all behind. Faking like they with the beef, but they all salami. These niggas live and die, that's why they five beside me. I'm walking lick, but please try me. Chuck on where it's ain't really with it. I can tell just how he moving sloppy. Watching all that paid in full, never real, just copy. Man, I was told, you hang around 9 broke niggas, man, you gonna be the 10th. You hang around 9 millionaires, nigga, and you gonna be the 10th. All my niggas held it down, now we winning now. We was dreaming about this life, now we get it now. She know she doubted me, I bet she get it now. The love is fake, when I was broke, wouldn't even get a smile. I bet they get it now. 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 Nigga came from potted meat and hoe cakes, nigga, to shrimp and bone-in fillets, nigga. Y'all niggas know about that. Eating escargot and caviar, my nigga. Step y'all game up. All my niggas held it down, now we winning now. We was dreaming about this life, now we get it now. She know she doubted me, I bet she get it now. The love is fake, when I was broke, wouldn't even get a smile. I bet they get it now. I bet they get it now. I bet they get it now. I bet they get it now.
These are the tales, the freaky tales. These are the tales that tell so well.
Some hood tales, nigga. Some real motherfucking hood tales. Yeah, this is feet.
So well.
I woke up about a quarter to 8. Just knew I had to be in the rich today. Shit, showered and shaved, then I hit the front gate. Didn't hesitate to leave out the driveway. Smash West 80, hit the parkway. At the light, seen a bad bitch look my way. Rolled down the window, said, girl, what's up with you? Her name was Crystal and said I could slide through. I could meet her at the Barracks around 10 to 2. Then she made a right at the light and I went through. Checked my phone, was due to hitting me. He said slide through, he on B Street. I said for sure, I'm on my way. I left Hilltop, made a left on the Parkway, and I'm dipping about 80 on the wayway. Nowhere spotted the damn police. I pulled up, hopped out, my nigga was good. Seen Swaggy in the back, rolling the backwood. My auntie buzzing off the drink, talking hella shit, and my uncle yapping too. Can't
can't tell him to quit. Dude pulled me to the side, had to tell me some news. He said some niggas hating on us cause we got the juice. They heard about them 500,000 views on YouTube, and they heard about the deals that's coming through. I said, wow, these days niggas mad on some bullshit. He said he knew one of their cousins was a setup bitch, and then he said her name, that was real suspicious. Damn, I had to step back real quick. I said I just saw her ass on me to come that way. Talking about that ass is mine today, and she was bad as fuck, and I was gon' swing through. But now I know she was plotting, trying to give me the blues. He said, nigga, thank God you came. Them niggas probably waiting on you so they can spill your brains. I got the Mac in the ooh, what you trying to do? Swagger got the 9, he can roll with us too. I'm just sitting hella mad, can't get off that shit. Just because we on the road, niggas getting jealous. All these cops killing us, we supposed to band together. But it won't be today, my nigga, it's whatever. Hopped in the stolo, never took my whip. Picked up the phone, start to call this bitch. I ran my game so smooth, she said I'm waiting on you. You can park on 7, and the gate just walked through. I said okay, then I hung up the phone. Thank God I left my whip at my auntie's home. We got the element, a surprise nigga, let's get it. Ski mask on the lap, gloves on fit. We drove past a block just to scope out the scene. Bit another corner, came up on the back streets. Sitting back low, who can spot them niggas? Swagger jumped up and he pointed his finger. He said, there them niggas. We only need 2 things that clip in that trigger. We rolled up on they ass, got to blapping and busting. Laid they ass down, window seen their cousin. I seen 2 shells in the window and the bitch ducked. Hop back in the glow, yelling, bitch, now what? Thought that you had a nigga set up. Now the tables have turned, dish the whip in the cuts. Then we hit the stove, just to cop us a brew. Then we heard the sirens pass us, the boys blew. Walked back to my auntie's house and turned on the news. Now, to be continued. Yeah, nigga. Hood tales, nigga. Some real motherfucking hood tales, nigga. Real rich.
These are the tail. These are the tail. These are the tail. These are the tail of the freaky tail.
Will, stop playing with these niggas.
Wrist gang, nigga. You know what I'm saying? 3 finger down, nigga. It's real Richmond, nigga. Yeah. Vicious V. Y'all do the opposite. What y'all do, I do the opposite. Yeah, nigga. My foot on these niggas' neck, boy. Ain't no playtime, nigga. Yeah. I'm the one that takes a bag, you do the opposite. You rather chase a bitch, I do the opposite. If I get blurp, I keep my mouth shut. You rat niggas do the opposite. I'm the one that takes a bag, you do the opposite. You rather chase a bitch, I do the opposite. If I get blurp, I keep my mouth shut. You rat niggas do the opposite. Yeah. Niggas off that Rick again. All about my traction, that's Michelin. My pops told me never fold, never bend. But if a nigga come for me, I gotta commit that sin. I'd rather buy a yacht than a yacht master. These niggas hustle 2 backwards. Copping wicks, but not a house, that is 2 backwards. I ain't tripping off you dumb bastards. Went and did the dirt by my lonely. So I ain't gotta worry about niggas telling on me. I never leave the house without that felon on me. If you ain't never post my shit, boy, you ain't the homie. I'm the one my section fucking with. What you niggas, it's the opposite. EA with that stick move. Leave these hoes thirsty, boy, I got the juice. I'm the one that takes a bag, you do the opposite. You rather chase a bitch, I do the opposite. If I get blurp, I keep my mouth shut. You rat niggas do the opposite. I'm the one that chase a bag, you do the opposite. You rather chase a bitch, I do the opposite. If I get blurp, I keep my mouth shut. You rat niggas do the opposite.
Well, stop playing with these niggas.
Doubling back on the same beat on y'all niggas, man. You rap niggas get on my motherfucking level, nigga. Vicious V, nigga. Yeah, ayy, fall all on me. You getting murked, homie, nigga. Ayy, fall all on me. You getting murked, homie. Ayy, fall all on me. Yeah, you getting murked, homie. Ayy, fall all on me. Yeah, nigga. You getting murked, homie. Took more hammers than a priest with a crucifix. Y'all niggas turned down, we the ones that's lit. Hoes talk that gang shit like they won't get it. Had them sticks at your door like they came to visit. The ops keep it more real than your friends. Just gave the preacher 10%, forgive me for my sins. Niggas threw me up the deep end like I couldn't swim. Now I'm on a murder spree, cleaning blood up on my Timbs. Gold told me only focus on these M's. Get a bitch, it's all about her green like the green M&M. Ain't nobody calling shots to me, nigga, I'm the man. Trying to hit some work, collecting interest on the back end. Whole clip to his brain, make it slop out. Don't give a fuck about what his mama talking about. Cause we them niggas that's gonna slide up and clear it out. Y'all them niggas that's about that, y'all ain't gonna be about. Can't expect different results with the same hustle. I'd rather send a bitch, you niggas rather cuddle. My chain got gigs, bitch, excuse the puddle. The king of the rich ain't heard no rebuttal. Ayy, fall all on me. You getting murked, homie, nigga. Ayy, fall all on me. You getting murked, homie. Ayy, fall all on me. Yeah, you getting murked, homie. Ayy, fall all on me. You getting murked, homie. Ayy, fall all on me. You getting murked, homie, nigga. Ayy, fall all on me. You getting murked, homie. What's up? What's going on, everyone? What's going on? This is your boy, Vicious V. Y'all tuned in to the weekend show. Y'all know how we get it in. So, you know, today the Super Bowl, I ain't gonna be watching it all like that. You know, just an ultimate disrespect, man, when you're a Raider fan. It's just an ultimate disrespect, man. They got both our rival teams playing at our stadium. Sad, man. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. I'm wearing my Raider jersey just because of that. You feel me? Just because of that. Just because it's at our stadium, I'm wearing the Raider jersey on everything. You know what I'm saying? But, man, I don't even want to talk about it, y'all. I ain't gonna even lie. But y'all let me know who y'all got. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got pretty much mixed. It's pretty much mixed. I see Vegas is pretty much betting on Frisco to win. A lot of people is predicting, you know, it's probably going to be like a 21-24. I think I remember somebody said Chiefs is actually going to win. I believe they put the Chiefs in the 30s. I want to say it was like 31-27 or something like that, or 31-28. You know, one of them. So I was like, okay, I can actually kind of see those two scores, you know, coming out. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna see, man. But y'all let me know. Y'all let me know in the chat what y'all think it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got y'all money on the Niners, or y'all going with the Chiefs, man? Is the Chiefs finna, you know what I'm saying, do another one? Is that boy Patrick Mahomes? Is he gonna pretty much be another Tom Brady out here? You know, y'all let me know what y'all thinking. But All right, like I said, let's get it rolling. First, a few housekeeping, man. Please like, subscribe, man. Thank you for everybody that's been subscribing. I don't know, so I got this little subscribe tool that's up here on this thing, and I don't know. I guess I gotta work it out and figure out. But man, it's been hella people subscribing, um, and filling the content. And I don't know why. I guess I gotta. I don't know how to get it to update, but I pretty much is I think halfway. No, not halfway. What I got it at 1,000. I'm pretty much like a quarter of the way there, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, given from where I started to where I'm at now. So it's slowly, but it's organically. So I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody that's subscribing, that loves the content, that's feeling it. And I'm just gonna keep giving y'all more. So please, if this is your first time here, man, please like, subscribe, turn on your notification bells. Make sure y'all head to that cop that merch, realrichmondllc.com. All y'all Niner fans, I got some real Bay merch in there for y'all with all the Niner, shirts, hoodies, hats, the whole nine. So make sure y'all check that out. And make sure y'all subscribe to Empire Builders. That's going to be pretty much my new channel that I'm kicking off weekly. You know what I'm saying? For y'all. And like I said, we do the weekend show with Vicious V on the weekends. Either Saturday or Sunday. It all depends, you know what I'm saying? If I got the time and stuff. Because, I got a whole bunch of other stuff kicking off as well. So, yeah, make sure y'all subscribe to that. The link to that is in the description. Subscribe to Empire Builders. We did just launch our first episode over the week. And, it was crazy. It was a lot of, logistical things that we should have pretty much handled. So it's on us, but we learning, you know what I'm saying, and we building, and we taking y'all on a ride with us. So it was, we pretty much had to kind of cut it short. It wasn't as long as I liked it to be, especially discussing topics and just introducing ourselves and the channel and things like that. But we made it do what it do, you know what I'm saying? So the first episode is up on that channel. Make sure y'all check it out, run them views up, and like I said, subscribe. Pretty much Empire Builders, that's pretty much where I'm just transitioning like a lot of like the economical type of stuff, concerns, things like that, like with how, pretty much all these layoffs going on, what's going on in the, what I'm saying, certain industries, what's going on in the financial industry, stocks, things like that, and ways we pretty much can move around what's going on in America today, and to be able to pretty much build something, right? Be creative, innovate, and we want to provide that space for everybody who's looking to do that. And we pretty much just, what I'm saying, discuss topics, get y'all on that mindset, what I'm saying, get y'all off that sheep, mentality and that plantation, and get y'all to start standing on something, you know what I'm saying? Man, we got to start standing for something. We got to start standing, having some type of meaning and value in our lives, you feel me? So Empire Builders is pretty much going to be that channel where we pretty much provide that space for you guys and discuss those kind of topics. So make sure y'all subscribe. Like I said, it's in the link. The link is in the description. We finna be having a Discord popping, things like that. So we really finna build that up. So yeah. I guess we can go ahead and move on. So let's move on. So let's go ahead and move on to X Trends. If y'all don't know, this is pretty much part of the show where we discuss things that's trending either on X, formerly known as Twitter, or I'm gonna throw some little Instagram stuff in there too, and I'll just give kind of like a quick reaction to it. All right. So first and foremost, I really want to go to, hold on, let me get everything queued up for y'all. I pretty much want to go to Instagram right now because it's been a lot of stuff popping on Instagram that I really wanted to react to, that I pretty much saved. I was like, oh yeah, I see a lot of people that was talking about this. So I'm like, yeah, I really want to talk about this. All right, so I got it pulled up, man. So, man, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram too, man. Vicious V official, man. You know what I'm saying? That's me right up here, right up her, if y'all can see it. Perfect. Oh, well, see that. Here go one of the ones right now. There we go. See, pulled it right up. Uh-oh. So, pretty much what this is you know, your normal thugs, you know what I'm saying? Your normal goons and goofies. Um, Pretty much a mob of people. Shout out Oakland State of Mind. That's who posted it. Pretty much a mob of people destroyed a self-driving car and set it on fire last night. Well, tonight, but it says tonight, but it was really last night in San Francisco. This Lunar New Year celebrations were interrupted when at about 9 p.m. a mob appeared to vandalize this Waymo and set it on fire on Jackson near Grant Avenue. Waymo says nobody was inside when the window was broken in and a firework was thrown inside. Well, I mean, this right here is an example of, you know, these politicians, man. These kind of people, these the kind of people that y'all really propping up. These the kind of people that y'all really out here saving. You know, you got these George Soros DAs that's over here don't want to hold these kind of people accountable, but let you as a, you know, law-abiding citizen who's paying your taxes, who's going to work, doing the right thing, let you try to protect yourself against people like this, and you going to jail. They slapping the book on you. They throwing the weight of the justice system on you. But for them, right? And these are the kind of people that Democrats is really hating right now, right? Because during the George Floyd riots, it was these same kind of people that was over here rioting, tearing stuff down. They was like, hey, they have a right to voice themselves. They have a right to do this. They have a right to do that. Now all of a sudden, and I knew it. I caught it back then. I say, watch, it's going to be a time where they going to side and be for something that you're against, and they going to turn on you. And what's going on right now? The whole situation with Israel and Palestine. Now you got the same kind of mob, these same kind of people that's over here turning on the Democrat Party, rioting, doing stupid stuff like this. And now all of a sudden, like with Nancy Pelosi, oh, we need to investigate these kind of people. Yeah, I think it's some kind of Russian money behind these people, right? Because how the hell these people could do stuff like this, especially during the day? How can they protest and block intersections during the day? Don't they got some work? What? They ain't get... Yeah, I think they're getting paid to do stuff like this. Otherwise, why would they be out here during the day doing stuff like this? Why would they be doing stuff like this, right? I'm just saying, they ain't gonna hold y'all. But I just wanted to throw that out there. You know what I'm saying? You got this stupidity just still happening. You know what I'm saying? Accountability, things like that, integrity. It's just out the door right now. It's crazy. So y'all just got to stay prayed up out there, man. Stay vigilant. One thing that I noticed that a lot of people don't have as well is situational awareness, right? So, especially when it comes to driving, it's just, I don't know what's going on with people when they drive. They just don't pay attention, right? You know, you got to have some type of situational awareness out here where, you know, yeah, you probably minding what you doing and, you know, focusing on what you doing, but you also got to watch this person right here. You got to watch that person right there and all this stuff, because you never know the type of stupid stuff this person right here may do, especially when you're driving. This person right here want to be stupid, want to cut you off, want to try to brake hard, right? You know, you scanning ahead, you seeing that it's brake lights. When this person, you know what I'm saying, probably ain't going to notice them because he over here trying to mob through the lanes, right? So you gotta kind of really just watch that. You know what I'm saying? This is why I feel like why a lot of people is getting robbed and stuff like that, because they just not aware of the situation. They not aware. Y'all want to live in these boxes, these little, have tunnel vision and not with, you know what I'm saying? Because pretty much what's going on right now, y'all getting what y'all voting for, right? But, oh, I could just tune it out. Yeah, oh my God, robberies is going crazy. Carjackings is going crazy. But you know what? I'm just going to tune it out and all that stuff, and that's that. But then you're not paying attention to this dude over here profiling you, or you're not paying attention to how this car pulled up on you. You know what I'm saying? Because you trying to just, tune everything out. No, you gotta be aware. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what's really lacking out here is people are just not aware. They just are not being aware of their environment, being aware of the situation. Yeah, should you go out and be living in fear when you step out? No, but be mindful. Be aware. Look at what's going on around you when you step out your car. That's it. You feel me? Pay attention even when it may look like you don't pay attention. You know what I'm saying? It's like that old E40 song where it was, don't even look over there. Act like we ain't tripping. The next few days, partner came up missing. You feel me? That's how you gotta do. You paying attention, but you ain't looking over there. You acting like, you know what I'm saying? You acting like you ain't paying attention. But you know very well of you're very aware of what's going on over there, right? That's how you gotta be, you know what I'm saying? You gotta just, But it's another one I wanted to show y'all on Instagram real quick too. Did I save it? Oh, you know what? It was on my other page, and I think I sent it to myself. I did. There we go. This boy right here. Nah. This one. Nah. I think I'd rather show y'all this one. This one right here, this might be a long, quick reaction because I really want to react heavily to this one.
Total in America, 9 billion. Sinclair announced they made $314 million on political advertising in 2022. Media companies right now are expecting 30% increase in revenue because of politics, and that's what's going to pay for them in 2025. And they're going to get over in 25 and wait for 2026 for more political campaigns in the midterms. But folks want us to take the crumbs. Nah, bro, I ain't taking the crumbs. And I'm going to tell somebody no if you come to me with a small amount of money. I'm just leave you out with this one. The Warnock campaign did the exact same thing. They came to me. I got a phone call in September. They were like, yeah, we could get you $25,000 out of Val Demings' campaign and $25,000 out of Warnock. I literally said, fuck y'all. I can pull the text.
That's the energy. That's the energy.
I said, I will keep my black ass at home. Good luck.
Big facts.
No, call was, hey, we want you to broadcast, be on the road, be on the campaign. I was like, for 25? I said, that's one day on the ground. I travel with 5 people. I said, we got cameras, lights. That's travel, hotel room. That's their fee. I said, yeah, well, we're good. Again, I'm like very clear. I know what you're spending. Do you understand in 2020?
All right. So, as much as I disagree a lot with Roland Martin, there's one thing that I could agree on. And it's stuff like this. Roland Martin knows his stuff when it comes to business as well as his business, right? The media business, right? He knows the numbers. He's very analytical with a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And, even somebody like me, if it's people that I disagree with, when they giving game, I still listen. You know what I'm saying? And that be a problem with a lot of us too is, we quickly want to dismiss people and stuff like that, which, we're going to talk about this whole Tucker Carlson and Putin stuff in a minute. But, that's another example where this person, you just want to just dismiss this whole person and everything that they do and everything that they're saying because, you just want to just be one-sided and just tune everything out. Don't want to hear a difference of opinion or a different perspective and stuff like that. Like I said, a lot of y'all just want to live in y'all little bubbles, and for some reason y'all think that that's gonna, make your lives better and easier for you and stuff like that. You don't want to handle any kind of opposition, right? But me, I still listen and watch, people like Roland Martin, and when he's giving up some game, I listen. So I wanted to react to this real quick because, what I came up with, my big takeaway was when he was talking about the Warnock campaign and Val Demings, right? Where you had these two black people who was running for office who were lowballing him, right? And this is the kind of stuff that, maybe I should make this a whole topic. Maybe I might make this a topic where we can fully divulge into it, because this is what I'm saying about how even when it comes to our own people, black people, it's just, you got them that's trying to this mess over their own people, right? If Roland Martin said $9 billion was spent on campaign contribution this whole last, midterm election cycle, and, you telling me that him, when it came to him and getting a piece of it, oh, well, we got 25,000 for you. But these other cats, they reporting hundreds of millions, right? It's like they quick to want to nickel and dime us and give these other cats all their money, right? And then y'all got to watch how they, especially my fellow black people, y'all got to watch how they misconstrue certain terminology, right? Because there's a difference between black targeted media and black owned media, right? So let's look at like Complex, right? Complex is black targeted media versus, we can say, with Roland Martin's network, right? Black Star Network or BET back in the day. Not right now, but back in the day. That's black owned media. So when they say, oh yeah, we spend, X amount of dollars, on black, this and that. Okay, once again, was it black targeted or black owned media? You know what I'm saying? We got to understand the difference and know the difference. So Roland Martin's kind of giving up game, and he's giving up that kind of energy that, like I said, man, if you want y'all subscribe to the Empire Builders platform, this the kind of energy that we gonna have to bring in. We not taking no crumbs. I don't care who you is, black, white, pink, blue, teal, green. You shouldn't be accepting no crumbs for nobody. Especially if you trying to, you got your little side gig going, your little side business, whatever that y'all trying to do to get y'all money, to get y'all paper up. Y'all shouldn't be accepting crumbs for nobody. Now, look, you got to understand how to read the room as well, right? You got to read the situation, read the room, and understand your position. And then, you kind of go on from there. But if you somebody where you know the cost, you know what you bring, especially with Roland Martin, he do got some millions of followers. So if you understand your value and know what you bring, then you got to stand on your numbers and understand. Like I said, like he said, I know how much y'all spending. But y'all want to give me 25,000. Y'all want to give me 25,000, but y'all spending hundreds of millions with these people. I need an M. It needs to be an M behind this number. If it's not an M, it need to be some mid six figures. And we could start from there with some mid six figures. But if you ain't talking that, you trying to 5-figure me? Oh, it's a problem. It's a problem. So, shout out Roland Martin for standing on business. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, but like, you know what? I think I want to dive in that a lot more. But let's go on to Twitter. I'm gonna do one more for y'all on Twitter. Let's go. Let's just see. Like I said, I'm just going off the muscle on this because I don't even know what's trending right now. What's trending right now? NATO is trending. Adderall. What the hell they got Adderall trending? Explore. Let's go to trending. Okay, we got the Super Bowl. We got the Niners, Chiefs, NATO. All right, we got the boy Vivek, Usher, baby. Hey, y'all went to that Usher show in Vegas? People keep saying that it is pretty dope. I don't know. I'm just, I mean, Usher is cool, but I don't know. I just, well, you know what? Let's go to NATO. Let's see. You know what I'm saying? Let me throw a little bit of politics in the game. Right. Let's see. Donald Trump is not only saying he wouldn't come to the defense of NATO allies, he's inviting Russia to attack them. I just cannot tell you the telephone. Okay, let's see. NATO alliance. Who's the terrorist? NATO alliance. The NATO aggression since 1992. Let's see. 165 died, 2 moved to Afghanistan through NATO Article 5. We came to the aid of the United States on 9/11. 250 flights were diverted and landed. When skies were closed, our closest friend and ally, there are no questions of paying the bills. When left losing their minds today, spitting things to say Donald Trump won't protect NATO. So I guess maybe this is what they're... Is this... This feel like it's old. If this is C-SPAN... we need a leader like Trump for the NATO to prevent World War III. All right, well, let's see what the hell Jen Psaki, I guess, is saying.
I have hundreds of pages, literally hundreds, of court rulings and transcripts and special counsel reports. But some of the most significant things that happened this week seem to have already somehow moved through the news cycle in favor of endless, and I mean endless, coverage of whether a man who is 4 years older than his opponent is simply too old to be president. So we're going to spend most of our time on the things that actually warrant our focus. On Thursday, for a little over 2 hours, the Supreme Court heard oral arguments on whether or not former President Donald Trump can be kicked off the Colorado ballot because, of course, of his role as part of the insurrection on January 6th. Now, no matter what happens from here and how they rule, that's a thing that actually happened, and it's historic in and of itself. And tomorrow, after a stinging defeat from the appeals court, the Trump team is...
Okay, let's see. We can move on. There we go.
Quarters of a century. It's been pretty vital, and which came to the defense of the United States, remember, shortly after 9/11. His campaign website even contains this vague but very ominous sentence. We have to finish the process we began under my administration of fundamentally reevaluating NATO's purpose and NATO's mission. Now, why does that matter? Well, first of all, it has led to fears among our European allies, key partners around the world, that if Trump wins, he's going to pull out of NATO altogether. During a time, and this is vitally important, in which a Russian...
So, here they go. Propaganda BS, right? That is not, clearly, if y'all just read what the hell she put up there, we have to finish the process we began under my administration of fundamentally reevaluating NATO's purpose and NATO's mission. So how the hell does that mean? Oh my God, he's gonna pull out of NATO. No, we gotta reevaluate what we doing. We gotta reevaluate what was the whole purpose of NATO, right? Why are we footing the bill? Why are we, paying hella money into NATO and hell? We don't, it's not really for us, right? It's not for our protection. We good over here. It's pretty much for y'all. So y'all need to be footing a lot of this money. It can't just be on us and the taxpayers of America, right? That's what I'm saying. So once again, this is why when it comes to MSNBC, all these liberal outlets, they just keep trying and they wonder why their ratings is sinking. You know what I'm saying? They keep trying and they know a lot of their audiences, they just don't know how to put two and two together. You know what I'm saying? That's just it. They catch that set that car on fire in San Francisco. That's their audience. You know what I'm saying? That's who watch and listen to them. They'll know how to put 2 and 2 together. You know what I'm saying? But all right, we finna move on for that. So thank y'all for tuning in on this. This is y'all X Trends. So let's move on to the show. Like I said, man, please like, subscribe if y'all feeling the content. If y'all feeling it, please like, subscribe. I gotta make some adjustments. What's going on with my display capture thingy, man? You know what I'm saying? I'm over here looking raggedy and tiny. That supposed to have everything all nice and in good. There we go. Boom. Blow him up. Blow him up. Man, my bad, y'all. All right. So let's move on. I mean, man, let's get right into it, man. This boy Tucker Carlson is killing it right now. I'm telling y'all, content creators right now, people who really out here taking a risk, people like Tucker Carlson, Shannon Sharp. Who else can we name up in this list? Who else can we name? Who else y'all pay attention to? Right? Out here killing it with their own stuff. They over here reporting and doing a better job than these news outlets. That's crazy. And this should be an example to y'all, man, that, you know, y'all got to get out here and do it, man. Y'all got to bet on yourselves, man. When y'all bet on yourselves, man, and it's, come on now. This boy Tucker Carlson interviewed Vladimir Putin. Do you know how crazy that is right now? Let's go to Tucker Carlson right now. So look, I watched the whole interview. When it first dropped, look, man, it's at 191 million right now. Oh, okay. It's at 191 million. 191 million views. There's no, I don't even think Cat Williams did the Cat Williams and Shannon Sharp interview past this? 191 million people tuned into this. He going crazy. Cats don't even watch, even the news stations don't even get this kind of numbers right here. So look, let's go ahead and listen a little bit in on Tucked Easy.
Putin went on for a very long time, probably half an hour, about the history of Russia going back to the 8th century. And honestly, we thought this was a filibustering technique and found it annoying and interrupted him several times. And he responded he was annoyed. Pennsylvania, as well, as you obviously know. But many nations feel frustrated by the redrawn borders of the wars of the 20th century and wars going back 1,000 years, the ones that you mentioned. But the fact is that you didn't make this case in public until 2 years ago, February. And in the case that you made, which I read today, you explain at great length that you felt a physical threat from the West in NATO, including potentially a nuclear threat, and that's what got you to move. Is that a fair characterization of what you said?
Я понимаю, что мои длинные диалоги, они...
I understand that my long speeches probably fall outside of the genre of the interview. That is why I asked you at the beginning, are we going to have a serious talk or a show? You said a serious talk, so bear with me, please. We're coming to the point where the...
So that boy, hey, I told you. Well, we having a serious conversation. Well, so hey, you know, I'm giving you the game. You feel me?
Ukraine was established. Then, in 1991, the Soviet Union collapsed, and everything that Russia had generously bestowed on Ukraine was dragged away by the latter. I'm coming to a very important point of today's agenda.
Thank you.
After all, the collapse of the Soviet Union was effectively initiated by the Russian leadership. I do not understand what the Russian leadership was guided by at the time, but I suspect there were several reasons to think everything would be fine. First, I think that then Russian leadership believed that the fundamentals of the relationship between Russia and Ukraine were, in fact, a common language. More than 90% of the population there spoke Russian. Family ties, 2008, although it's being discussed. I'm not going to open a secret to you, say anything new. Nevertheless, after that we tried to build relations in different ways. For example, the events in the Middle East, in Iraq. We were building relations with the United States in a very soft, prudent, cautious manner. I repeatedly raised the issue that the United States should not support separatism or terrorism in the North Caucasus. But they continue to do it anyway. And political support, information support, financial support, even military support came from the United States and its satellites for terrorist groups in the Caucasus. I once raised this issue with my colleague, also the President of the United States. He says, "It's impossible. Do you have proof?" I said, "Yes." I was prepared for this conversation, and I gave him that proof. He looked at it, and you know what he said? I apologize, but that's what happened. I'll quote. He says, "Well, I'm gonna kick their ass." We waited and waited for some response. There was no reply. I said to the FSB director, "Write to the CIA, what is the result of the conversation with President?" He wrote once, twice, and then we got a reply. We have the answer in the archive. The CIA replied, "We have been working with the opposition in Russia. We believe that this is the right thing to do, and we will keep on doing it."
So pretty much, he's talking about, the first war, I think it's Operation Desert Storm. And because this is pretty much where they was, the U.S., we was arming, what is known as Al-Qaeda, right? We was arming all of these groups because these were the groups that was over here revolting against the government at the time, you know what I'm saying? So they formed up and we was supplying them, right? So Putin, he was like, hey, I expressed, my concerns about this, and then turn around, look what happened. We went back to Iraq, and now that's, or the whole so-called, the person who carried out the 9/11 attack, yada, yada, all this stuff, was Al-Qaeda, bin Laden, right? So now all of a sudden, we went back to war with them, with the same people that we armed. Crazy stuff, right? That's what I'm saying. So Putin kind of giving up a little game, and he kind of giving, hey, this is pretty much my side of this whole story. Like, I pretty much was been telling them on this. They didn't care, right? He kind of out in our government, like, look, I told them about this. They didn't even care. They was like, yeah, we're just gonna kick their ass. Come on. But let's look in some more. Well, gotta load. Come on, man. What's going on? What is going on? It was doing cool a minute ago. What we doing? Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Let me try to refresh it. Let me see what's going on.
Interview with the president of Russia.
With additional money from U.S. taxpayers.
Fighting, so I would think that would be memorable.
Well, yes, he funds, but I talked to him before the special military operation, of course. And I said to him then, by the way, I will not go into details, I never do, but I said to him then, I believe that you are making a huge mistake of historic proportions by supporting everything that is happening there, in Ukraine, by pushing Russia away. I told him repeatedly, by the way. I think that would be correct if I stop here.
What did he say?
Ask him, please. It is easier for you. You are a citizen of the United States. Go and ask him. It is not appropriate for me to comment on our conversation.
But you haven't spoken to him since before February of 2022?
No, we haven't spoken. Certain contacts are being maintained, though. Speaking of which, do you remember what I told you about my proposal to work together on a missile defense system?
Yes.
You can ask all of them. All of them are safe and sound, thank God. The former president, Condoleezza, is safe and sound, and I think Mr. Gates and the current director of the intelligence agency, Mr. Burns, the then ambassador to Russia, in my opinion, are very successful ambassador. They were all witnesses to these conversations. Ask them. Same here. If you are interested in what Mr. President Biden responded to me, ask him. At any rate, I talked to him about it.
I'm definitely interested, but from the outside, it seems like this could devolve or evolve into something that brings the entire world into conflict and could initiate a nuclear launch. And so why don't you just call Biden and say, let's work this out?
What's there to work out? It's very simple. I repeat. We have contacts through various agencies. I will tell you what we are saying on this matter and what we are conveying to the US leadership. If you really want to stop fighting, you need to stop supplying weapons. It will be over within a few weeks. That's it. And then we can agree on some terms. Before.
Boom. I mean, y'all heard it straight from the horse's mouth. Right? If y'all want to stop it, stop supplying them with weapons, and we can agree on some terms. We can get back to the table. So pretty much what happened with Ukraine and Russia, they was over here when the war first kicked off. They was over here ready to negotiate. Ukraine was negotiating, they was negotiating. But then what happened? The US, no, don't negotiate. Europe, no, don't negotiate. We got y'all. Whatever y'all need, we got y'all. Just don't negotiate with them. So they called it off. And now this is what you got. So, come on now. Like, this is what I'm saying. This is why a whole difference of perspective and a difference of opinion matters. Hearing the other side of the story matters because Putin, now look, you know, I'm not over here pro-Putin, right? Because everybody is, that's just pretty much what the leftists want to just say is, oh my God, so you're over here taking in what he's saying. Oh, see, look, you're pro-Putin. No, I'm just open. It's still pretty much what Putin did was still wrong because he's like, okay, look, y'all forcing my hand on this situation. I'm trying to negotiate with y'all. I'm trying to do that. So, and I've been through this. Once I seen that when, you know, he was moving Russian forces and stuff to the Ukrainian border, once I seen that happen, my mindset initially was he was doing it to let y'all know how serious he was to want to negotiate something, right? Especially with the expansion of NATO. He was real serious about that. So he said, look, I'm going to go ahead and, you know, I'm going to move some troops and hopefully that'll kind of get y'all over here to the table to say, hey, come on, man, let's talk, man. You moving troops to my border. What's going on? Let's talk it out, right? And what they did, oh man, he bluffing. He ain't gonna do nothing. And Putin said, "Oh, really? You thinking that we ain't gonna step foot in this thing?" And yeah, we think that. All right, send somebody in. Send them in. Sent them in. And if y'all notice, it wasn't even no real like they was really over here fighting like that or nothing like that. It was just, hey, we gonna send some in, drop a few bombs here and there to let y'all know what y'all gonna do. Then all of a sudden they just, oh my God, see, look, he's attacking us. Oh, yeah, we're ready for that. Yeah, no, man, we gonna, the U.S. gonna come in. They supplying us with all that stuff. Yeah, no, we gonna fight him back. So Putin was like, okay, so we gonna send some more in then. Screw it. Like they think we playing out here, and we not, right? Like I said, it was Putin's tactic to have troops at the border was a play. They messed it up, and y'all had to watch, pretty much the whole interview. But I want to play a little bit more after this part because I think he's gonna drop some more gems on this one.
Do that? Stop. What's easier? Why would I call him? What should I talk to him about? Or beg him for what?
And what messages do you get back?
You're going to deliver such and such weapons to Ukraine? Oh, I'm afraid, please don't. What is there to talk about?
Do you think NATO is worried about this becoming a global war or a nuclear conflict?
At least that's what they're talking about. And they're trying to intimidate their own population with an imaginary Russian threat. This is an obvious fact. And thinking people, not Philistines, but thinking people, analysts, those who are engaged in real politics, just smart people understand perfectly well that this is a fake. They're trying to fuel the Russian threat.
The threat I think you're referring to is a Russian invasion of Poland, Latvia, expansionist behavior. Can you imagine a scenario where you sent Russian troops to Poland?
Only in one case, if Poland attacks Russia. Why? Because we have no interest in Poland, Latvia, or anywhere else. Why would we do that? We simply don't have any interest. It's just threat-mongering.
Well, the argument, I know you know this, is that, well, he invaded Ukraine.
Boom. Boom. He literally took down every propaganda narrative that the U.S. is spreading, Europe is spreading, Poland, that they're spreading on their citizens. He literally just said, bro, we have no interest. Only way is, if they attack us, if y'all attack us, then of course we gonna respond. Of course. But we don't care about no Poland. We don't care about Latvia, even though Latvia, Lithuania, all that stuff was, part of the Soviet back in the day. But he like, man, y'all can have that. We ain't tripping. We ain't tripping. But when it comes to Ukraine, we got an issue. Because he gave the history and the spiel as far as, Ukraine pretty much that's pretty much ancestral land. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we're not going to lose out on that. You know what I'm saying? But he just took them all down. He said, man, everybody it's like the Cold War era right now. And I think that's what it is, because you got a lot of these old heads that's in power right now that was alive during that Cold War era, that was fed all that propaganda, right? All commie this, commie that, the Russians, they're coming to get us, right? I mean, y'all see them old movies back in the day, or, you probably got some people like that that's, oh, them commies, right? It was the fear of the commies. They're coming, right? They got underground bunkers and stuff. Oh, yeah, I remember, we had an underground bunker just in case the commies want to nuke us, right? A lot of those people are still living like they're back there in that area. It's like they fear Russia. Like, bro, their whole government collapsed. The whole Soviet Union collapsed. They're not communists no more. They knew that mess didn't work. The same people that's out here trying to make America communist right now, Russia knew that, oh yeah, nah, man, this wasn't working. This wasn't it. It caused their whole economy to collapse. They're all out there being capitalists. They're capitalists now. Right? So you might as well say the war was won, right? If the whole reason for the Cold War was spreading of the influence, right? Communism versus capitalism, right? Well, damn. It sounds like capitalism won. Right? Because that's what's going on out there in Russia. Come on now. It's crazy. But he just destroyed them. And this is why I say context matters. Hearing the other side, hearing another perspective matters. Because he's saying, look, I have no interest. I don't care. Y'all over here want to, talk, stir up a Russian threat. There is no threat. There ain't none. Unless y'all want it. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's the whole thing he's letting them know too. Unless y'all come mess with us, we ain't tripping on y'all.
He has territorial aims across the continent, and you're saying unequivocally you don't.
Абсолютно, это абсолютно исключено.
It is absolutely out of the question. You just don't have to be any kind of analyst. It goes against common sense to get involved in some kind of a global war.
Глобальная война поставить на грань.
And a global war will bring all humanity to the brink of destruction. It's obvious.
Вот. И есть, конечно, средства.
There are certainly means of deterrence. They have been scaring everyone with us all along. Tomorrow Russia will use tactical nuclear weapons. Tomorrow Russia will use that. No, the day after tomorrow. So what?
Выбить из налогоплательщиков.
In order to extort additional money from US taxpayers and European taxpayers in the confrontation with Russia in the Ukrainian theater of war.
There it is. Hey, y'all, we got to take on why y'all think we so much money in debt right now? We got to keep funding Ukraine. We got to keep some funding Ukraine. Keep supplying money to Ukraine. Come on, y'all. We got to take on the Russians. We need y'all money. Come on, taxpayers. This is what I'm saying. Everybody who's advocating for the funding, whether they're Republican or Democrat, liberal, conservative, y'all are just idiots feeding into this propaganda. Y'all are idiots. Y'all falling for it. Y'all falling for the okie doke. We got issues here at home that's far more important than what the hell is going on in Ukraine. Because once again, Ukraine and them was been finna have everything settled. They was been finna have things good. It was finna be done and over with. And that's what it should have been. It shouldn't have been leading to a war. How the heck all these, especially Joe Biden, talk about all this whole peace and this and that, but you literally are funding a war. It should have been negotiating. It should have been taking diplomatic stances and measures and stuff like that, and just, brokering a negotiation between Ukraine and Russia and NATO and yada yada, whatever. It should have been that all along. So I think what Putin highlights in this interview is that America is pretty much messing the world up. It's pretty much the same thing that everybody's been saying. America has been taking a real crazy position on certain foreign issues. In a position that is really the cause of what's going on, especially in the Middle East. When it came to, funding certain groups like Al-Qaeda, that chicken is coming home to roost. All this stuff that we're doing when it comes to Ukraine, Israel, all those chickens is coming home to roost right now. But when Trump was president, Trump was actually brokering deals, right? Hey, let's get the Saudis and all these other nations in the Middle East. Let's get them on a table with Israel. Let's try to broker a deal. Let's money talks. Let's bring some type of economic deals together. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody can be cool and just do their thing. It was all happening. Come on now, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, we really, our policy, our positions, this is why, like, even what Vivek was saying, when it comes to these, like, these bureaus, the CIA, the FBI, they need to be wrangled back in. Because if you got this, I mean, especially back in the day, the CIA and them was running wild back in the day. But that's what I'm saying. If we got these cats over here making crazy assumptions like that, they responding, yeah, nah, man, this what we gonna do. And Putin is like, dude, I'm over here. I see what's going on. I'm trying to work with y'all and let y'all know. Yeah, nah, we don't care. We finna do what we finna do, and that's that. And Putin probably was like, idiots. Y'all some idiots. So I really feel like America needs to strengthen its relationship with Russia. Like I said, I'm not just trying to advocate saying Putin is just a good guy. But Putin's standing more on business than Joe Biden right now. Putin is standing on business. When it comes to the interests and the protection of his people and his country, he gonna stand on that. So, I mean, it needs to be, when it comes to these world superpowers, we need to strengthen our relationships. We need to strengthen our ties. Once again, we over here supposedly putting sanctions, and I think he spoke to that a little bit on the interview too. I'm not going to too much go to it. Like I said, y'all just got to go watch the whole thing. But he was saying, like, y'all keep posing these sanctions and using y'all U.S. dollar, you know what I'm saying, as a political weapon. That's bad for America. And that's the thing. Why y'all think we so much in debt? The dollar, if the dollar is pretty much our strength, our superpower right now on the world, because that's how a lot of, deals and international deals are brokered through the US dollar. I mean, the more US dollars that's out there flowing around, that's more money, right? That's more money coming back to us to pay our bills. But no, they want to sanction it. No, you can't do business and all that stuff with the no dollars and all this stuff. Are you kidding me? So Putin really did kind of let us know out here in America how our leaders are messing up and fumbling the bag. We could have been had our bills paid. We could have been did all this and did all that. And he's shown these sanctions hurt us more than it hurts the person that they putting sanctions on. Even with Iran, even with all the sanctions on Iran, you know what I'm saying, Iran was still out here moving around. They were still moving. They were still shaking and moving. Yeah, they couldn't move how they normally would do. But look, like I said, it hurt us more than it hurt them. That's a fact. It hurt us more than it hurt them. That's why our debt is running crazy right now. But we want to sanction people and sanction countries who pretty much depend on the U.S. dollar. But you're forcing them to go somewhere else. They like, we're just going to find another solution. We tired of the U.S. want to hold the political, the U.S. dollar as a political tool. So we finna do something else. Why you think BRICS is forming? This is exactly why BRICS is forming and BRICS is getting stronger. They say, man, we just finna go find some other ways. We ain't got to worry about dealing in dollars no more. The U.S. can do what it want to do with its sanctions. Nobody cares no more. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. So I want to also show who was I think it was CNN Chris Wallace. Chris Wallace on Tucker. So you got these people that was hating. You know what I'm saying? These people was hating. They was over here mad because they didn't get to interview Putin and all this stuff. So let's kind of dive into this a little bit. So if y'all don't know who Chris Wallace was, he did used to work for Fox. Now he's on CNN, and this let's just look into it. It's just stupidity at its finest.
Wouldn't it be?
Because this is what pretty much the liberal media is doing. They mad. You know what I'm saying? Tucker is doing numbers. He's interviewing somebody who they probably would kill to interview right now. They didn't get it. So now they want to hate. They want to criticize and, try to call him out, right? So let's.
Occasionally, but rarely, he got in a question like this one about the power of the deep state in Washington.
It sounds like you're describing a system that's not run by the people who are elected in your telling.
That's right. That's right.
But more telling than what Tucker asked is what he didn't ask. Nothing about why Putin invaded a sovereign country. Nothing about targeting civilians. Nothing about...
He did ask him. See, that's what I'm saying. For y'all, and they rely on their viewers to not go ahead and go to the source and look at the interview himself. Tucker did ask Putin. That was like one of the first questions. When Putin gave his whole history and all this stuff, that was one of the first questions Tucker asked him. What's up with this war on Ukraine? What's up with y'all, attacking Ukraine? Why? What's going on? Tell me.
War crimes. A reporter can ask Putin a tough question if he wants a real interview.
Why is it that so many of the people that oppose Vladimir Putin end up dead or close to it?
But apparently, that's not why Tucker went to Moscow. During the Cold War, gullible Westerners who spread Soviet propaganda were dismissed as useful idiots. But calling Tucker that is unfair to useful idiots. No, he's made a cynical decision to chase MAGA's affection for dictators. And what better way to cash in than Putin's Kremlin?
Now, you might have seen Tucker Carlson's big, hard-hitting...
See, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, this is the things that they do to pretty much just try to dismiss and discredit the whole interview. But nobody takes in what is being said, right? So it's like, look, y'all, we gonna give y'all our spiel. It ain't even worth y'all even going to look into it. Don't even pay attention to it. Putin wasn't saying nothing, but Putin, as y'all see how I played, he was giving up some game. Hey, look, this war can be over. Stop funding Ukraine. That's gonna force them to want to go ahead and, draw a deal. We gonna negotiate on some terms, on stuff, this and that, and we good. Simply stop. I have no interest in expanding, trying to invade Poland, Lithuania, Latvia. You know what I'm saying? I have no interest. He said it. But yet, they're still trying to use that. No. If we let him win in Ukraine, he's going to expand. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. Come on now.
Interview with Vladimir Putin, which was definitely not right-wing Russian propaganda, as evidenced by statements like this.
We ourselves have put in a request for an interview with Zelensky, and we hope he accepts. But the interviews he's already done in the United States are not traditional interviews. They are fawning pep sessions specifically designed to amplify Zelensky's demand that the U.S. enter more deeply into a war in Eastern Europe and pay for it. That is not journalism. It is government propaganda. Propaganda of the ugliest kind, the kind that kills people. At the same time, our politicians and media outlets have been doing this, promoting a foreign leader like he's a new consumer brand. Not a single Western journalist has bothered to interview the president of the other country involved in this conflict, Vladimir Putin. Most Americans have no idea why Putin invaded Ukraine or what his goals are now. They've never heard his voice. That's wrong.
Right. Most Americans have no idea why Putin launched his invasion into Ukraine. Not like he's been broadcasting his desire to take back territory that was lost during the fall of the Soviet Union for years.
Okay, so as y'all see, he's speaking facts. But this is what I'm saying. Like, you got this Chris Wallace, he just, once again, hating. It's something that they didn't get to do. It's something that, matter of fact, they probably don't even want to do. We don't want to give you the other side's perspective. Why? We can't mold you. We can't mold you to think how we want you to think. We supposed to be anti-Russian all the way. Who cares what we did? Who cares about the past, what we done in the past that could have messed this up? Who cares what NATO is doing? You know what I'm saying? And I think that was the issue. Was in the interview, Putin actually expressed talking about interest about joining NATO. He said, well, hey man, can I join NATO? He said it to Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton, oh yeah, I don't think it would be a problem. But then I guess, them CIAs pulled his coattail and say, hey man, you realize what the whole purpose of NATO was for, right? Yeah, no, we can't have the person that this whole union was for join. Kind of messes that, right? So then Bill Clinton had to double back. Hey, yeah, man, they ain't, they ain't. I know what I said earlier, dog, but yeah, they ain't gonna have it, man. They ain't gonna have it, man. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? My bad, I misspoke. We'll let you know the incompetence that we, of some of the people that we elected as president, right? You know what I'm saying? A lot of these cats is just, but, he expressed that interest. He actually was, trying to build a whole defense system and work with us on building defense systems. And when the U.S. declined to want to work with him, he said, well, fuck it. I'm just going to build my own to protect, us against y'all. Because obviously, if y'all cutting me out, y'all don't want us involved. A smart person would say, I wonder why. Well, you know what? We finna go ahead and do our own thing and just protect us. Because I have a feeling that y'all with the BS right now. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He said it like, so it's like just hearing that other side is, and they know this in the media, it's gonna make us think and say, maybe we need to take a different approach on this, because if it's not, I guess war crazy, right? Everybody, especially on the Russian side, everybody's not war crazy. Like I said, once again, I don't too much justify what Putin did by invading another country just to prove his point, because he like, okay, y'all calling my bluff. And that's like I said, it was, okay, y'all calling my bluff. Y'all think I'm playing. All right, I'm not playing. I'm going in. And even Putin said, when they said, hey, well, look, withdraw your troops from the capital and then, we'll talk. Putin did. He said, all right, well, let's talk. He said, okay, I'm going to pull my troops back. But then what was they saying out here in America when Putin pulled his troops back? Oh, my God, Ukrainians are making progress. They was able to get the Russians to retreat from the capital. See, look, we're doing good. Right? But in actuality, like Putin said, they said, hey, look, move y'all troops back and we can talk about something. All right, I'm going to move my troops back. Hey, y'all, back. Give them 50 feet in an ounce of space. What they spun to us over here. Oh, see, look, they making progress. Hell, y'all, hey, man, they making progress, y'all. We got to send them more money. Come on, let's send them more money because, man, they making progress. And we was all on board. Hell yeah, how much y'all need? You know what I'm saying? And then Chris Wallace want to talk about these softball questions. Oh, he was just asking softball questions. Do we need to pull up the countless of interviews of Zelensky that y'all done did softball questions? You want to ask this cat about what's his favorite music? When you get up in the morning, what's your favorite breakfast? And Putin said that too. He said, man, what's the point in trying to get my point across and my story out there when half of the media that's on the Western side and on European side is controlled by the U.S. My story, even if I try to get my story out there and my point across, the propaganda just gonna go crazy. Because once again, it's clearly an agenda. It's an anti-Russian agenda being pushed. And Russia, just like how we got our own issues, Russia has its own issues too. Russia is the largest landmass in the country, in the world, with a population of only 150 million people. Yeah, they got their own issues right now. They got their own issues. You feel me? But yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on from it. But yeah, that's what's been going on. Like I said, that boy Tucker Carlson doing crazy numbers. And what's crazy is, man, they said that, of course you already know the European leaders is out here calling for sanctions on Tucker Carlson. They want to bar him from going into certain countries and this and that. It's the normal stuff they do. I wouldn't be surprised if Tucker Carlson get a call from the CIA or FBI when he gets back in to debrief. Hold on, we gotta go ahead and put some pressure on him. Right? We gotta put some pressure on him. We know how this go, but this was crazy. This right here is crazy. And we gonna see, man. Shout out to that boy Tucker. But all right, let's go ahead and move on. We can go ahead and move on. Oh shit, hold on real quick, y'all. Hold on. Let's move on to the Supreme Court, man. The Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court just had its first hearings about Trump. Pretty much received peace report on Colorado. Come on, Colorado. Boom, boom, boom. Hold on, let me see. Where is it at? See, that's why I need to start saving these. That was 3 days ago. Yeah. Supreme Court. Let me go to Fox. Fox News, Supreme Court. I'm gonna have that right there queued up. So, all right, y'all. So, pretty much the Supreme Court did, they did have hearings, where the lawyers and stuff who was representing Colorado came up in there to pretty much plead their case of why Colorado is removing Trump from their ballots, this and that, citing, part of the Constitution where he was the insurrectionist, right? Things like that. And Supreme Court ripped them a new one. And this is what I'm saying. When you got these liberal lawyers and all this stuff, this is the issue that I have with our justice system and the way laws are so-called interpreted. Right? And I think this is done on purpose. It's whatever the law is, I really think the law is really written in plain, good, understandable English. I think where the law gets misconstrued is when you got all these people with certain agendas, biases, whatever. They're trying to interpret the law in such a way to where it's favorable to them for whatever case that they're working on or whatever. It's almost like you're putting words in the founders' mouths when, you know what I'm saying, none of us was there. And I think that's what's going on when it comes to this, right? Because it clearly says, what counts as an insurrectionist, this and that, what offices, it names certain people, this and that. And once again, you got lawyers who's like, well, this is how we're interpreting what the founders meant when it came to them inserting this, it means this and that, yada, yada, right? And people don't take into consideration, like, bro, it's really written in plain ass English. And we can't go off of skepticism because, well, okay, it has no mention of this certain, thing, candidacy, like what, like somebody running for president or somebody being a president. Well, it didn't mention that in the Constitution. Well, I mean, it says something about any office, right? So, that means that, that's including the presidency, yada, yada, yada. Well, how come they named everything but that? So how do we know? Well, I mean, we can do it. It's like, no. Once again, we're going off of what's written. And I think that's the issue, especially when it comes to these lawyers. They want to try to interpret and insert certain things, certain words, certain issues to make it fit their case. So they will misconstrue and miscommunicate the law however way they see fit. And I think that's the issue with our system. It's like, no. And this is why it's crazy how it has to come to the Supreme Court for the Supreme Court to, I guess, pretty much give us plain context what the law says, common sense context, when it should be trickled down all the way down through the lower courts. This is what the law says in plain English. The law says this. The law says if you kill somebody, you, in this state, you will get 10 years. It didn't say, it didn't say, well, only if you kill somebody by killing them with a gun, right? It just says if you kill somebody, you get this. Well, I mean, it wasn't a violent killing. I mean, it was more so this and that, woo, right? It's like, dude, this is what it says. If it says this is what it is. I don't need no misconstrue. I don't need to paint no topic or try to figure out, well, I mean, they didn't mean to. It was da-da-da. No. This is what it is. So let's see if we can watch some of this, some of these key takeaways from the Supreme Court.
Your cheap protein powder? Well, here to tell us is all-natural fitness athlete Paul.
After these Boosie ads. All right, let's go.
Say it's above politics, but their interpretation over whether Colorado can keep former President Trump off the presidential ballot will have momentous implications for the 2024 election, as well as the future of America's democracy.
So we have Fox team coverage for you now. Jonathan Turley and Andy McCarthy will break down how they see the 9 justices ruling based on their line of questioning today.
But first, we go to our chief legal correspondent, Shannon.
List that's in Section 3 of the 14th Amendment about who would be subject to this getting kicked off the ballot if they were found guilty of insurrection.
Your point is that there's no ambiguity with having a list and not having president in it, with having a history that suggests that they were really focused on local concerns in the South, with this conversation where the legislators actually discussed what looked like an ambiguity. You're saying there is no ambiguity in Section 3?
Let me take the point specifically about electors and senators, if I might, because I think that's important. Presidential electors were not covered because they don't hold an office. They vote.
Okay, so they're talking about that list. Doesn't it include senator, representative, doesn't include president or vice president? And she said if there's an ambiguity, why should we construe that against democracy? Seem very doubtful there. And now
exactly. I know Joe Biden and all you liberal cats who was over here pushing for Ketanji. Boy, I know y'all kicking yourselves in the foot. Because even she knows. Y'all so-called affirmative action justice know when this is BS. Even she knows, man, when I heard her talk, I was like, even she knows this is BS. And that's the thing. A lot of the harder questions and harsher, comments was coming from the liberal justices. Throughout that whole hearing, it's like, dude, what is a state doing thinking that you can do some federal stuff as to removing a candidate who's running for federal office off your ballot. Who do y'all think y'all is? Who do y'all think y'all is? Once again, if it was local, somebody running for governor, somebody running for treasurer, state treasurer, a state Congress, state, you know what I'm saying, a state assembly person, a state senator, right? That's just on the state side. Yeah, we understand that. Y'all can do what y'all do on that. That ain't on us. Y'all doing, you know, whatever it is as far as whole, you know, electors and stuff and candidates and stuff like that in y'all state. That's cool. But this is a federal election. This is national. Who y'all think y'all is to say you can kick a national candidate off y'all ballot? Once again, that's not democracy, right? This is what I'm saying. Who y'all think y'all is? Like she, what the hell? What are we really here? What are we really talking about? Y'all, man, I would have. See, this is why I can't be no justice, because I sure would have came up in there like, bro, first and foremost, before we get any type of arguments and stuff across, who in the F do y'all think y'all is? Got me up out my bed. I could have been somewhere playing golf right now, chilling. Running up some M somewhere, doing some speaking engagements, trying to run up my bag. And y'all come up in this thing. The state of Colorado, y'all come up in this thing thinking y'all run stuff around here. Knowing y'all ain't running nothing but y'all mouths. Boy, y'all must be smoking on, I don't know what y'all smoking on out there, but I guess they shouldn't have legalized marijuana for y'all, because for some odd reason, that marijuana got y'all thinking that y'all can really run stuff around here. That y'all could just come in and just misconstrue, misinterpret the law however y'all see fit. What's going on with that Supreme Court in that state? We're going to have to holler at them. Who y'all think y'all is? So now I'm up here and got to hear this. Yeah, I'm drilling y'all. I'm mad. Because y'all should know where y'all get y'all law degrees from. That's what I would have asked. Where y'all get y'all law degrees from? I ain't sending my kids to that school. Because y'all obviously on some BS. They obviously ain't teaching y'all right. Plain and simple. Well, let's go ahead and listen more in.
From the Chief Justice that we talked about, what would actually practically potentially happen if they rule for Colorado?
A goodly number of states will say, whoever the Democratic candidate is, you're off the ballot, and others, for the Republican candidate, you're off the ballot, and it'll come down to just a handful of states that are going to decide the presidential election. That's a pretty daunting consequence.
Well, certainly, Your Honor, the fact that there are potential frivolous applications of a constitutional provision isn't a reason.
Well, no, hold on. I mean, you might think they're frivolous, but probably the people who are bringing them may not think they're frivolous. Insurrection is a broad term.
All right, so we won't know a decision for a bit. They're likely to have a closed-door conference vote in the next few days. Then from there, the opinion would actually be written and come out. You guys know this is lightning speed for this court, so I would say you get a decision in a matter of days or weeks, not months. This is not an end-of-the-term June kind of situation.
Shannon, what morning and day this has been. The former president then stepped out of his Mar-a-Lago estate moments after the oral arguments concluded, reacting to what we all heard at the Supreme Court. What did he have to say?
Well, he sounded very positive, and I think that that's accurate because, listen, there were a lot of folks from Trump world and Trump supporters inside the courtroom, even though he wasn't there. He could listen for himself, hear from them, the body language from the justices, get the inside scoop from the courtroom, that it sounded like a good day for him. And listen, there were folks in the courtroom who are not fans of President Trump, including Congressman Jamie Raskin, who led the impeachment drive against him, who hoped to see this case go a very different way. But I think the former president's initial reaction was in line with what we think we'll get from these justices. I think it's probably a win. The question is just how far it goes and whether it's unanimous or not.
There does seem to be broad sense in this country that it's the voters and not officials in the individual states who should decide who becomes president of this great nation. Shannon Bream outside the Supreme Court. Shannon, thank you.
Hey, everyone.
I mean, it's factuals. I mean, everybody who's over here, I guess, so-called mad at the Supreme Court after these hearings, bro, y'all just, once again, this is why Democrats love people like y'all. Because y'all have a failure of putting two and two together and understanding common sense and the law for what it is. Just like Robert said, this trickle-down effect, so basically it's only going to be left up. So if we over here in California, Colorado, New York, Oregon, Washington, Boston, Maine, Massachusetts, Massachusetts, not Boston, Connecticut, Rhode Island, right? If we feel we don't like you, we're going to simply just remove you from our ballots to where people can only vote for a candidate that we favor. That's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. No, it's not. Once again, y'all as a state, who y'all think y'all is to think y'all could just come in here and be on some national stuff and remove a national candidate? Once again, like they said, whatever y'all got going on the local side, that's on the local side. We cool. But you're literally doing something that's going against the whole entire United States Constitution. Who y'all think y'all is? That's all I got from this whole thing. Everybody was like, bro, are we really having a serious conversation? Even with Clarence Thomas, I mean, I wish I could pull up the one where Clarence Thomas, let me see, Clarence Thomas, Supreme Court, let me see, Clarence Thomas, where's the one? Let's see. Are we gonna hear it on this one? Let me see.
Now artificial intelligence can.
I'm gonna try to pull it up real quick, but man, that boy Clarence Thomas, he was going crazy. So let's see. Let's see if we can find Clarence Thomas.
States have the power to ensure
historical evidence and pick the evidence that we like and interpret it tendentiously, because the other side can get back with us and throw this countervailing evidence back in our face. So we wanted to focus more on the text of the Constitution.
Statute.
Under this theory, not offices. And so you want to make sure that there's no doubt that senators and representatives are covered. Given that the Constitution suggests otherwise, you have to include them. The Constitution says the presidency holds an office, as do members of this court. And so other high offices, the president, vice president, members of this court.
All right, let me ask you, I appreciate that argument. If
Ms. Stevenson?
Mr. Chief Justice.
Mr. Anderson. No, Stevenson. That's right. I'm sorry.
Mr. Chief Justice, and may it please the court, exercising its far-reaching powers under the Electors Clause, Colorado's...
Your argument is that it's not self-executing, but...
Election day, when the Constitution requires only that members of Congress inhabit the state that they represent when elected. In both situations, a state is accelerating the deadline to meet a constitutionally imposed qualification and is thereby violating the holding of term limits. And in this situation, a ruling from this court that affirms the decision below would not only violate term limits, but take away the votes of potentially tens of millions of Americans. I welcome the court's questions.
Mr. Mitchell, would you, you didn't spend much time on your argument with respect to whether or not Section 3 is self-executing. So would you address that? And in doing that, your argument is that it's not self-executing, but then in that case, what would the role of the state be? Or is it entirely up to Congress to implement the disqualification in Section 3?
It is entirely up to Congress, Justice Thomas, and our argument goes beyond actually saying that Section 3 is non-self-executing. We need to say something more than that, because a non-self-executing treaty or a non-self-executing constitutional provision normally can still be enforced by a state if it chooses to enact.
Qualified, plus the fact that this part was.
So what does it say then? If it's not expressed, how do we get to this issue of qualified candidate?
What the Colorado Supreme Court did, and let me, if I could have a standing objection, I do want to make the candidates have to be qualified. First, it requires that under 1203 2A, that a political party that wants to participate has to have a qualified candidate. It also looked at the fact that the comparable write-in candidates also had to be qualified.
No, but this isn't a write-in candidate, so we're actually talking about the participation of a political party, right? We're not talking about the participation of a candidate.
Sure, I think that the fact that the write-in candidate also had to be qualified was confirmatory of the fact that the political party candidate also had to be qualified, and it would be otherwise incongruous to read those things differently.
So how is Section 3 a qualification?
Under the reasoning of the Colorado Supreme Court,
no, just on its face.
A candidate must meet all the criteria for eligibility, and I don't perceive any distinction between meeting the eligibility criteria and not being disqualified. I just don't see any meaningful difference between those two things.
Thank you.
You represent the Secretary of State, right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
If you're the Secretary of State somewhere and someone comes in and says, I think this candidate should be disqualified, what do you do next?
Administrative.
Confederates still around? There were any number.
And the governor of Georgia refused or declined to certify the results of that election because Mr. Christie was disqualified. But I think it's not surprising that there are few examples because we didn't have ballots in the same way back then. Candidates were either write-in or they were party ballots, so the states didn't run the ballots in the same way, and there wouldn't have been a process for determining before an election whether a candidate was qualified, unlike the processes that we have now that states have created under their Article 1 and Article 2 powers to run elections.
But it would seem that particularly after Reconstruction and after the Compromise of 1877 and during the period of Redeemers, that you would have that kind of conflict. There were a plethora of Confederates still around. There were any number of people who would continue to either run for state offices or national offices. So it seemed that would suggest that there would at least be a few examples of national candidates being disqualified, if your reading is correct.
Well, there were certainly national candidates who were disqualified by Congress refusing to seat them.
I understand that, but that's not this case. Did states disqualify them? That's what we're talking about here. I understand Congress would not seat them.
Other than the example I gave, no. But again, Your Honor, that's not surprising because there wouldn't have been, states certainly wouldn't have the authority to remove a sitting federal officer. So what was the purpose of Section 3?
The states were sending people. The concern was that the former Confederate states would continue being bad actors. And the effort was to prevent them from doing this. And you're saying that, well, this also authorized states to disqualify candidates. So what I'm asking you for, if you are right, what are the examples?
Well, Your Honor, the examples are states excluded many candidates for state office, individuals holding state offices. We have a number of published cases of states considering
I understand that. I understand the states controlling state elections and state positions. What we are talking about here are national candidates. I understand. You look at Foner or Foote, Shelby Foote, or McPherson, they all talk about, of course, the conflict after the Civil War. And there were people who felt very strongly about retaliating against the South, the radical Republicans. But they did not think about authorizing the South to disqualify national candidates. And that's the argument you're making. And what I would like to know is do you have any examples of this?
Many of those historians have filed briefs in our support in this.
Exactly. There are no examples of it. There are no examples of it. Once again, this is what I'm saying. What y'all really on out there in Colorado? You're referencing state candidates, and that's the thing. Okay, well, in the state, this happened, and we disqualify. Okay, well, that's for people that's running for state offices. We're not talking about a state office. You feel me? Like, we're not talking about that. So pretty much you have no examples. You have no examples. And even back then, yes, was it an issue with the, southern states going ahead and putting people in certain positions and yada, yada? Yes, right? Because it was the South will rise again, yada, yada, right? They're sitting here like that was the focus. But on a national level, they didn't never exclude southern states that voted for a certain candidate. They didn't say, okay, well, man, since you over here, since the southern states favor you, we gotta pretty much disqualify you by making you not qualified for national offices in other states. Right? This is what are we talking about? There's no examples. There's no examples. Them Colorado lawyers, like I said, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's literally in plain text. And they're trying to misconstrue it. They're trying to insert, like I said, other issues that ain't got nothing to do with national issues. You're mixing local issues with national issues. We don't give a damn about what's going on the local side. On the local side, once again, in the state, yeah, y'all can do what y'all do. But on the national side, who the hell y'all think y'all is? No, that's not how this goes. That's not how it never went, and that's how it ain't gonna go. Plain and simple. Shout out that boy Clarence Thomas. It took me a minute to find it because I was like, bro, I gotta look through because I'm like, man, I'm trying to figure out like that one, and this was the one I was referring to. So, all right, let's go ahead and move on, y'all, man. So that's what's going on in the Supreme Court, man. It's been a crazy week, man. It's been man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I couldn't wait to get on. I was like, bro, why did I switch my weekend to the show to the weekends, man? I said, man, I want to tap in with y'all on a daily this week about what was going on. I'm like, bro, it's been craziness. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on. Let's talk about this boy Joe Biden. Joe Biden over here on the special counsel report. Pretty much they have the whole special counsel report, about his handling of classified documents, or I should say his mishandling of classified documents. The special counsel concluded that we're not going to pursue charges because he is, as far as mentally, he's just not there. He's not there. And I think my personal opinion is that I feel like that they played that game with the special counsel. Oh man, I didn't know those were there. Oh my God, I'm just a frail old man. So I'm pretty sure, I really think that they played that game. They played that game to try to say, hey, look, man, I'm old. I just forgot, it's, and they say, okay, well, hey, he old, he forgot. We ain't gonna worry about pursuing no charges. That's what he said. And all of a sudden, when this included in that report, oh man, how dare they include that? How dare they slam me, this and that, woo woo. But I'm like, okay, but y'all probably ran that play to make sure that they don't pursue charges. So now y'all mad that it's backfiring on y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's backfiring. So let's see if we can.
Are you interested in starting your own
bit? You know what I'm saying? as to what he was saying and him pretty much being mad.
President Biden, something the special counsel said in his report is that one of the reasons you were not charged is because, in his description, you are a well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory.
I'm well-meaning, and I'm an elderly man, and I know what the hell I'm doing. I've been president. I put this country back on its feet. I don't need his recommendation. It's
How
totally
bad is your memory, and can you continue as president?
My memory is so bad I let you speak. That's
Do you feel your memory has gotten worse, Mr. President?
My memory is not good. My memory is fine. My memory, take a look at what I've done since I become president. None of you thought I could pass any of the things I got passed. How'd that happen? You know, I guess I just forgot what was going on.
Mr. President.
Voters have concerns about your age. How are you going to assuage them? And do you fear that this report is only going to fuel further concerns about your age?
Only by some of you.
Mr. President,
criminal liability today. Do you take responsibility for at least being careless with classified material?
I take responsibility for not having seen exactly what my staff was doing. It goes in and points out things that appeared in my garage, things that came out of my home, things that were moved not by me, but my staff.
Mr.
That boy, he couldn't handle it. Look at him. Look at him. He can't handle it. He can't handle it. He can't handle it. And so you already know how Auntie Cam, look. Let's go to Auntie Cam. Let's see what Auntie Cam had to say.
I'm glad you asked. What I saw of that report last night, I believe is, as a prosecutor,
she finna pucker up, y'all.
The comments October 7th, Israel experienced a horrific attack, and I
call these documents that Joe Biden so-called had, he had in way before October 7th. So what's going on, right? What does October 7th got to do with this man mishandling documents and explaining and questioning the reason why he had those documents when he was questioning all this stuff before October 7th?
in the hours after that occurred, it was an intense moment for the Commander-in-Chief of the United States of America, and I was in almost every meeting with the President in the hours and days that followed. And the President was in front of and on top of it all, asking questions. He was in front of it all, coordinating.
Well, she got, look, that mouth shivering. Look at her. She got them lip. Look, she, boy, better leave Auntie Cam alone.
And directing leaders who are in charge of America's national security, not to mention our allies around the globe. For days, and up until now, months. So the way that the President's demeanor in that report was characterized could not be more wrong on the facts and clearly politically motivated, gratuitous. And so I will say that when it comes to the role and responsibility of a prosecutor in a situation like that, we should expect that there would be a higher level of integrity than what we saw. Thank you.
Crazy. That's what I'm saying. She puckered up, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he was on top of his game. He was this, he was that, woo, woo, woo. Yeah, okay. All right, Auntie Cam, that's what we believe in, huh? That's what you want to roll with, huh? You know what I'm saying? You want to be Uncle Joe's, you know, the same one that you called racist and called out when he was calling us racial jungles and monkeys and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you going to bat for him now, huh? Okay. All right, Auntie Cam. But that's what I'm saying, though. So look, what people don't understand, so this was a special counselor that was appointed under the DOJ. Who's the head of the DOJ? Merrick Garland. Everything goes through Merrick Garland. When it comes to the report and all this stuff, it goes through Merrick Garland. So it would think to me that Merrick Garland, if Merrick Garland reviewed that document before it was released to the public, it would have like, hold up, man, hey, we not finna mention this. This right here is gonna be damaging to the president. Take this out. We're not mentioning this. We're gonna talk about this. Boop boop. Okay, release our full press statement of our conclusions. Good to go. That's what it's supposed to go through. Merrick Garland. So it sounds like to me that it's a bigger play going on. They're trying to figure out how they can remove Joe Biden. And I think this is just the start of it. I think Merrick Garland was in on it and said, or once again, this was their plan to backfire to say, hey, look, we ain't going to charge him because he's mentally incompetent. It would be useless to charge him. He forgot. His memory ain't there. He forgot he had those documents, right? That was their play. And then now, once it got out there, it backfired. Because now it comes in question, well, damn, if his memory was bad and he couldn't answer questions and they said there was no reason to charge him because, you know, he has memory issues, he has this, he has that, what made y'all think that wasn't going to play out in a negative way? That's what I'm saying. Everything that the Democrats is doing right now, when it comes to the Supreme Court issue, when it comes to Joe Biden, trying to make sure, you know, keep him on the ballots and having him run for a second term, right? All this stuff going on with Putin, with Russia, you know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden we're hearing Putin's side when it comes to Ukraine conflicts and all this stuff. It's all backfiring. It's all backfiring. Shout out to Same Boat As Before. Appreciate you on Twitch, man. You followed. I appreciate that, my man or my gal. I don't know who you is, but I appreciate you. Appreciate you. But yeah, all of it is backfiring. It's all backfiring. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. So I think Vivek's plan that Vivek was saying, I think it's actually coming into fruition because, like he said, they're gonna go ahead and I mean y'all see how they're doing, right? I get so mad like on Twitter and like especially like whoever's running Joe Biden page posts like, oh yeah, we running a landslide victory for the Nevada caucus. Oh, we won in a landslide victory for New Hampshire. See, the American people, motherfucker, he was the only one on the ballot. What do you mean? You was the only one. You excluded a lot of other people who was running against you. You didn't debate with nobody. You didn't hold no debates. You didn't hold nothing. But you're acting like you out here putting in this work like how Trump putting in this work, debating, you know, or all the other Republican GOP candidates that was debating and doing all this, doing all that. You wasn't putting in no work. But you acting like you winning in landslide victories because your legislations and your ideals, you over here selling all this stuff to the American people. It's crazy. And this is something that's crazy too. It's you got all these the auto manufacturer over here giving you endorsements, which is crazy because and see this is what I'm saying. These unions, the United States Steelworkers, which I'm gonna cover this too on the Empire Builders, but you got the USW and the auto manufacturers all over here supporting Joe Biden. But yet, where are y'all jobs going to? U.S. Steel just sold to a Japanese company. So y'all supporting and voting for these people that are literally shipping y'all jobs overseas. They're allowing corporations, foreign corporations, to come in and buy us out, to dump bad steel, bad products into our country at a lower price to outdo us, to undercut real quality American steel manufacturing. They're the ones who's passing policies and making agreements, the NAFTA agreement that Trump redid in favor for y'all. That was all orchestrated by Democrats. But yet y'all keep supporting and giving y'all endorsement to these people that are literally taking y'all jobs away, that are killing y'all industry. It's crazy. It's mind-boggling. But like I said, they're going to go ahead and just push Joe Biden all the way up to damn near the finish line, right? Let's get all the primaries out the way. Let's get all the caucuses out the way. Let's get all this out the way, right? So that way they ain't got to worry about redoing it again with a new candidate. This is how they're cheating the system. They're rigging the system. That way, at the last minute, at the final mile, oh, Joe Biden, he can't run. He's going to drop out. And all boop, up comes somebody new. And they ain't got to worry about primary. They ain't got to worry about caucusing. They ain't got to worry about doing nothing else. But they will still lose because ain't nobody could go against Trump. Every liberal, Democrat, governor, whoever that they have, every policy, look at their states, look at their areas where they come from. It's all in shams. It's all bad. Crime is up in all those areas. Theft is up. People out here living miserable, living paycheck to paycheck. They over here letting these migrants flood up in there, take away all the resources. Now all of a sudden y'all got money for these migrants, but when it comes to helping homeless American citizens, mentally ill American citizens, or American citizens that just need a little bit of help, it's a problem. We ain't got the resources. We ain't got the funding. That's all happening in majority of these areas, these states, and to these governors and politicians that pretty much the Democrats have that they could prop up, especially like with Gavin Newsom, our governor out here in California. And Trump said it. Man, he would be a lot easier to run against because I could literally, like he said, man, you see what he's doing to the state, not only the city that he came from when he was mayor of, but the whole entire state. Oh yeah, I'm going to eat this man for breakfast. I would rather run against Gavin Newsom. And Gavin Newsom, I think, knows he would get killed. That's why he ain't running. He knows he would get killed. He knows it. He would get so they try to save him for 2028, which I think in 2028 he gonna get killed too. You gonna get killed, bro. Your track record is bad. It's a wrap. All somebody got to do is do pretty much how DeSantis did you on that. You know what I'm saying? That's something that it's never going to go away. Why you think he trying to clean up now? He trying to send more officers to Oakland and all this stuff now. Oh yeah, he trying to clean it up so he can say, well, look, I did something about it. Yeah, it was going crazy. It's too little too late, partner. It's too little too late. Especially when you still got these policies enacted and their policy being rolled back. That's fueling all this retail theft and all this crime. Ain't their policy being rolled back. So what's the point of sending officers out there to enforce the law and to catch these criminals and do this and do that when they just gonna be out the next day to do it again? You know? It's crazy. But all right, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. Like I said, man, please like, subscribe to the content. If y'all really feeling it, if y'all feeling everything, man, please tell a friend, And make sure y'all hit up that Empire Builders. I'm telling y'all, man, we finna be hitting that thing up every day during the week. You know what I'm saying? Empire Builders, where we're going to talk about a lot of political topics, economic topics, things like that, things that, could really impact you, you know what I'm saying? Because that's a real big focus. So make sure y'all subscribe to that Empire Builders. Link is in the description. Make sure y'all support that merch, realrichmondllc.com. Make sure y'all head out there, do that. Man, don't go too crazy out there, man, for the Super Bowl, man. Everybody have a safe Super Bowl, don't drink and drive. You know what I'm saying? And make sure y'all friends don't do it as well, man. You know what I'm saying? Be a real friend and take care of your peoples as well this Sunday. Everybody be safe out there. I'll catch y'all next weekend on the next one. But like I said, man, subscribe to Empire Builders because we on there during the week. I need everybody who's subscribing on here to go to